who, by the way, happened to kill her husband.
You know, it's interesting because you're a consultant to Ghost Whisperer, and I want to talk more about that program.
Mm-hmm.
But you are much like Melinda on the program because she can only see earthbound spirits.
Correct.
And not the ones that go into the light.
Well, the show was based on the type of work I do. That's why it's so similar.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Nah. I don't think so.
The program's been very successful. Like you say, it's been picked up again. People are fascinated with ghosts. As a matter of fact, we've got a program. I'm going to talk with Joshua Warren next hour. We've got a program on ghosts coming on Sci-Fi on June 13th. It's about ghosts. 83% of Sci-Fi viewers who were part of a poll believe in ghosts. 83%, Marianne.
You know, I would love to know, and you would probably be the one to know this. 10, 15 years ago, I wonder what that percentage was.
I bet it was lower.
I bet you're right.
I mean, and you can just tell with the interest in books, stories, radio shows, television, the interest is way, way up. Is it because the belief system is way up? Is something happening to people?
I think the world is in such a state right now, I think people are looking for answers anywhere they can find them. I think so much has been talked about, and your program is one of them. I mean, the information that you give out, you know, daily is invaluable. And I think people, are not afraid to talk about it anymore. If I went to a party 10 or 15 years ago, people would be standing around and having a cocktail, and if somebody mentioned, gee, I think my house is haunted, two people would look at that person and go, wow, this person needs to be put in a cookie factory somewhere. That person's crazy. You go to a party now and you're standing around and somebody says, yeah, I think maybe I have a ghost in my house.
You've got a strange hobby.
Yeah.
You go to funerals.
I do.
Why? Are you invited, first of all, or do you just show up?
No, never. I do.
You don't read the obit columns in the papers and just show up. Come on.
No.
Right.
Never.
You don't do that.
No, I get invited because people want to talk to their loved ones for the last time.
All right, give us an example. No last names.
Oh, never.
If somebody calls you, what do they say?
Okay, Dad died yesterday. The calling hours are tomorrow. Can you attend?
All right.
And I will go there at that point in time. I usually try to show up about 15 minutes after calling hours are over, because this isn't, something where we have the whole funeral home involved here. This is for family members only.
Sure.
And it's like, have a list ready. What is it that you really want to know? And anything that they ask is, from where's the key to the safety deposit box to who should get the stamp collection to are we doing the right thing? Is that where you want to be buried? And and sometimes the dead have some very interesting things to say.
So you collect all this data and
Yes.
and give it to the family. How soon do you pass it on to them? Like right away?
I don't collect it. I walk in and in the spirit here's the question. They give me the answer.
Well, yeah, but when do you pass that on to the family?
Immediately, right there at the funeral home.
And are they in shock? How do they react to it?
Well, you know how one question will usually lead to another. So once all of the questions on that subject are answered, we'll go to another one. And it's relief in a lot. I mean, a lot of times people don't know where the insurance papers are or the extra checks for the checkbook, something simple as that.
Or if there's some money stashed away.
Exactly, which we have found.
You have, really?
Oh, sure.
What's the most?
I think about 55,000.
55,000 somebody had stashed away?
Yeah, in a furnace pipe.
In a furnace pipe? It could have gotten on fire?
And actually, that house was scheduled to be torn down, yes.
$55,000.
Yes.
All right,
a lot of gems.
You're so you're so credible. Some people, Marianne, would have taken the information from the ghost and kind of like made their way over to the house if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no.
Go down into the old furnace room and
Right.
say, that's why you're so good-hearted.
I couldn't do that.
No, you couldn't. You know what? It would come back and haunt you, wouldn't it?
And I believe that 100%, yes.
Dreams. Do you dream about ghosts, too?
People can. I am not that kind of a dreamer. I do not. But if you dream of anybody that has died, that means that they have crossed over and they are where they need to be. So that's a very good thing to know.
You were on with me when the Boston Red Sox were in the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I sure do.
I think you're the one who lifted the curse, though you don't get full credit for it, but I think you did it.
Well, it has to come from the owners.
I don't know. But you believe in curses.
Oh, absolutely. I'm Italian. Of course I do.
You don't put them on people.
Oh, no. I really believe that they're increased and they come back and they get you.
The work that you've done is admirable. You have made people's lives, I'm talking about the people who are alive, simpler. I think you've brought them some relief, some comfort. But you also bring comfort to the departed, don't you?
Yes, closure. And some days that's what is exactly what almost feels better. Helping the ones that have been stuck for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Yes.
That long?
Yeah.
Animals, you work with them?
I do. Actually, my Bashan has never crossed over.
Why?
I think he's just so loyal, and I joke about it, but even when he was alive, he wasn't allowed on the couch, and he still jumps on the couch and knocks the pillows over.
See, now he goes, no, you can't stop
exactly.
me, right?
It's like, catch me.
Well, Marianne, it is, you're a happy-go-lucky Ghostbuster, but have you had a bad experience?
Oh, sure. I think we all have. And everything that happens like that is a learning experience. I've been, unfortunately, it hasn't been from the dead, though. I've had bad experiences from the live.
How so?
Well, sometimes you end up in a neighborhood that maybe you shouldn't have, or the car got stolen when you were in somebody's house doing something, or, so it's not a bad experience as far as my personal work goes. That's always some days more tiring than normal, but it's always, I can always go to bed at night and go, well, I did a good job today.
Well, you did. You've got a new book coming out. What's the title going to be?
When Ghosts Speak. It'll be out this fall.
And they tell all, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Do you think these ghosts are from another dimension? Where are they hanging out?
No, I don't. I believe that the earthbound ones are on the same dimension that we are. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to see them. Okay,
so they're not coming from something else. They're here.
They are here, yes. Yes, and I think ones that have crossed over or guardian angels, I think those may be on a higher plane. And whether you want to say it's the same dimension or not, whatever. But I think those, and I think that's why I can't see them. I think the higher up that you are spiritually, the higher your vibrational level is.
Do you prefer that most ghosts pass over?
Oh, absolutely. I see no reason for any of them to stay.
Are there some that can never pass over?
No, I don't believe that.
But you do help them?
I've made the light. I have been called to funerals for people. Well, I was just called to a funeral for somebody that was put to death by the state.
Oh, really?
And his white light was with him. So when I come across an earthbound spirit, no matter what type of what type of person he was when he was alive, he still had that white light presented to him when he died. Who am I to look at somebody and go, oh, you were such a nasty person when you're alive, I'm not making the white light?
Won't they go to hell?
I have to believe that the white light is universal and that everybody walks into it, but somebody's standing at the end of that with a clipboard deciding where you're going.
Stay with us, Marianne. We're going to take phone calls with you when we come back on part 2 of our Ghost Trilogy. I'm George Norrie. This is Coast to Coast AM. Okay, number 7 on our all-time favorite space movies list, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Number 6, Alien. Now remember, number 8 was Aliens. Number 6, Alien.